This is going to be a rant. And I don't do these a lot. And I don't know really how I'm gonna frame these thoughts I'm having, how I'm going to deliver this. I'm an actual mess. Can I just say that I'm a mess right now? Because I was literally going to sleep. It's way past the time I'm supposed to be going to sleep to go to work in the morning. But I came across a video that dragged my ass out of bed into this chair because I can't believe what I just saw. Okay, so just to give some context, you guys know that the Netflix series for Transformers War for Cybertron was enjoyable. We all liked it, and I even made a video about it, talking about what I enjoyed about it. And I still hold true to those things because it really was enjoyable. But there was something that I missed, that I didn't see until now. I told you guys time and time again how it took me so much effort to try and connect with Optimus's character because it wasn't Peter Cullen voicing it. And I'm just learning Peter Cullen's reaction to this. I had never seen the video where he responded to it. I know it's been out, and it's been released probably, this is not new information. Most of you already saw the video. And there's been articles about it on the Transformers accounts, but I never actually read the articles, and I never actually watched the video. I just kind of assumed, he's probably just, saying how it's, he would rather voice, but... Okay, I am bothered. I'm bothered because he's bothered. I'm upset because Peter Cullen is upset. Because he wanted to voice Optimus Prime in the Netflix series. And they chose some other guy. I'm gonna try to, keep this PG. They chose some other guy to do it in his place. And he genuinely felt disrespected. Like, he really felt like, what? This is how, because they discussed it, him and Frank Walker, they discussed it. This is how you secure, old voice actors.
We work in our union. That's what protects us all as actors, When other guys, go underneath that. And they literally are, they're destroying the union from outside.
And then Peter Cullen said, he said something about the Bumblebee movie that I did not know. And that severely pissed me off.
The Bumblebee movie, they hired another person to do me for during the production, and then they were going to bring me in for one day because they didn't want to pay me, for any more than they had to. So this guy worked for 3 or 4 months, and when I came in, they had actually recorded this guy, and I had to impersonate him, impersonating me. And his timing was wrong, and his inflections were wrong. He didn't know how to drag a vowel, or he didn't know how to make Prime sincere. So he'd skip over the things that did, and I went, wow, this is horrible. But I had to mimic him because they had already animated to his sound.
And I think that's what made me come here. I am severely bothered by the fact that they did not want to pay Peter Cullen to voice Prime in Bumblebee. So they hired another random son of a gun. Again, I'm going to keep this PG as best I can. They hired another dude to voice Prime. Didn't even do it right. But then they take his, PG, screwed up version of Optimus. And then made the legend, Peter Cullen, try to sound like the piece of crap instead of trying to voice Prime. They animated the face and all of that of the character in the movie based on an imposter, essentially, and then told the legend to come in and try to mimic the voice of the imposter and not the character. That's fucked up. That is a massive... See, I didn't know this. I didn't know this because we none of us would know this until, unless these voice actors would share their experience. Oh, God. He wanted to voice these characters. See, I didn't know that. I thought that, he's probably just, at the tail end of his career, and he's probably just, starting to just ease his way out of it and move towards retirement. That's what I thought, because they were going with other characters and they were doing different things. I just thought Peter Cullen decided, I'm just going to start moving away a little bit. I'm going to still do some things, but I'm going to start, backing off slowly, progressively into my retirement. I didn't know he was actively still trying to voice and be a part of this. I thought he was starting to be done. And the fact that he wanted to do this, he wanted to do the Netflix series. He wanted to do it. The Netflix series. And made... I cannot believe that they took Optimus' character in Bumblebee and they made some random dude voice him. And he didn't even do it right. He did it all wrong. It wasn't normal. And then brought Peter Cullen in for probably a day and tried to make him mimic the dude that should be mimicking him. The role should be reversed here. That's disrespectful to Peter Cullen. That's disrespectful to the character that he represents. That's disrespectful to the fans that expect the best performance from these companies. And this is the problem I have with a lot of these companies. They do not give a shit about the fandom. They will do whatever makes the quickest buck. The reason why they brought that other guy that didn't do it right is because he was cheaper to pay. They didn't want to pay Optimus Prime they didn't want to pay Peter Cullen for the B movie, to voice everything all the way through. That don't let me. Oh my God. I'm going to be very clear and I'm going to be because I have to go to sleep. It's way too late for this. Do not ever disrespect Peter Cullen again. Do not ever disrespect Optimus Prime again. And I'm speaking to whoever was behind the two examples I just gave. Because the fans don't deserve it. The voice actor doesn't deserve it. The character doesn't deserve it. We all deserve better than that. I don't care how the shit happens behind the scenes. I don't give a damn about production value or how much it for production costs. I don't care. I don't care because I know all about that. I know what the budgeting for stuff. I get it. I know all that already. I get it's a budget film. I understand. But you do not disrespect legends in the industry at the expense of your budget. I don't care how they do it. I don't care how they negotiate their budget. Just do not disrespect them the way that they did. Maybe I'm wrong for feeling this way. Or maybe I'm just thinking irrationally because I'm hurt. Because I know that Netflix probably couldn't afford Peter Cullen. Couldn't afford it. Maybe the budget was too small. And the B movie, the same way. I know they had the smallest budget of any film, and they just couldn't afford. They just couldn't afford all of the Peter. I get that, and I'm probably just talking out of my ass because I'm hurt. But I feel like that could have been handled differently in some way to not disrespect them. So I don't know what this video was. I don't even know if this video is going to be going out. But I just had to come in here. I had to get out of bed first, put on the fedora, come in here, sit down in front of these lights, and just let out the emotions I was feeling. Because after watching that video of Peter Cullen saying that, it shatters something. And you know what? It's probably just because I have a soft spot for Peter Cullen and Optimus. I mean, if that was like, the voice actor for Bumblebee, I probably wouldn't be here. I don't know. I just have such respect and reverence for Peter Cullen and Frank Welker too. But my thoughts are on Peter Cullen right now. And I just have such respect for him particularly. And I don't want him to be treated like he's just a side piece or some alternative option when he is the only voice, the only possible human on this planet that can bring Optimus to life the way that he does. So, I don't know what this video was. So I'm sorry if I brought some negativity or if I if this video brought you down a little bit. I don't know. I'm sorry if this is not what you expected, but I really just had to get that out. And maybe I'm wrong for feeling this way, but I have respect for Peter, and anytime Peter feels like he's been mistreated or he's been pushed aside, I feel the same way about I feel offended, as if it happened to me. So that's why I'm here. Respect Peter Cullen. Do not disrespect him ever again. Don't disrespect Optimus. Figure something out. And don't disrespect the fans. Because without us, all these companies, all these figures, all this shit means nothing if we're not there to back it. Thank you for watching. I'm going to sleep. Good night.